Hello and welcome to another episode of the Forged Warriors Iron Sharpens Iron, the show. I am your host, Travis, and if you don't know who I am, basically what I do is I help men forge the life that they want to live by helping them build a strong, resilient, lean body and also rewire their brain so they have the clarity, the confidence to go out in life and kick ass. And in this episode of Iron Sharpens Iron, I'm going to be digging in deep with a man who has made an amazing journey inside of my gym and inside of the Forge Warrior Project. He's gone from somebody that was basically going through the motions, just kind of showing up and, you know, thinking the effort that he was putting in was good enough, whereas, it really wasn't getting him pretty much anywhere, to where finally he flipped the switch inside of his head, committed, started following through, forged new habits, and became a completely different man. And so I'm excited to share this episode with you, with this Iron Sharpens Iron episode with my man Pete. So stay tuned, watch and enjoy, and welcome to this episode of the Forged Warriors Iron Sharpens Iron. Got an awesome guest for today's show in my man Petey, who has been absolutely fucking smashing it with his training. And the results are really clearly showing through, not only physically but mentally. Petey, I'm excited for you to share your story, man. Thanks so much for coming on.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Hell yeah, man. So let's dig in, man. There's been so much you've been going through here lately. The results have just been showing through, with the hard work, the dedication that you've been putting in. It's been awesome to see. So kind of talk about, I guess, what have you seen over the last, gosh, it's been months, but it hasn't happened overnight, that's for sure. But
no,
kind of share some of the results that you've been experiencing, man.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely kicked up since about May. So I'd say the last like 7 or 8 months. But most recently, as far as like the brotherhood, the online stuff that I've been doing with you, the results have continued. I would say I got a majority of my like primary results before starting the brotherhood, but what really helped me with the brotherhood was like the mental aspect of the training, and really engaging, as far as being accountable. I've been dedicated fully to showing up in the gym, but really it's that extra stuff on the outside. It's the nutrition, the mindset, all that kind of stuff. That's kicked off to a whole nother level, which I think has helped progress my strength, and physique to a whole nother level. Staying dedicated. I'm about done with the Warrior Project, so I'm on like week 10 out of 12. And the best part about it is that I'll finish the 12-week program, but a lot of guys mention it that it's a forever project. And so what's really gotten me going is that I'm basically forming a foundation right now that I can carry on, for another 12 weeks, and then another 12 weeks, and then another 12 weeks, where I can go through this with the other guys in the program and lean on them to keep me accountable and motivated, which I just think helped everything as far as even the gym, work, home life, personal life. I have grown as a man, even, and you can probably attest to that. Just like personally,
Yeah.
I'm a much stronger man than I was 10 weeks ago before I started this program. So
Yeah.
that's the most recent results that I've had. But yeah, obviously it goes way back about a year. So I don't know how far you want me to go back, but I'll start with that.
Oh man, it's been, there's been so much, but honestly, just like you mentioned, just the past 10 weeks, like you've been a different PD, so to speak. But I remember the early conversation where and I'll go ahead and share this story, but you missed the gym in the morning.
Yeah.
And then I saw you post up on Facebook like, oh man, the golf greens are looking great today. So I immediately like posted up on your update there, and I was like, dude, so you can go and golf, but you can't make it to, an AM session, like priorities, dot, 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 or
Yeah.
whatever. And just calling you out a little bit, but
That,
that's what it takes sometimes. And um, from that moment on, I mean, I can do that all I want with guys, and I've done it in the past. And some guys
mhm.
respond, they take ownership, and they you know dial their shit in, and they start taking care of business.
Mhm.
Other guys, they just slowly fade off, and they just go back to who they used to be, right? And so
Right.
the thing that I've been most proud of is, over the past 10 weeks, man, like you mentioned, like you've become a whole different type of guy. Not only physically, I mean, you walk around and you're getting shredded. Like I had to double take a couple months ago. I was like, what? You're jacked up, man.
Yeah.
But just the different things that you've been mentioning, like you're growing as a man. You're getting more connected. You
Yeah.
say like spiritually. I mean, that's huge. Some
Yeah.
guys they don't experience that, right? And
Mhm.
for you to, be acknowledging that, that's huge. Another thing that I thought was really cool was this was a couple months ago. Like you got a big promotion
Yeah.
that you. I mean, that's beyond the gym, right? But a lot of things that we're doing, it crosses off and
Yeah.
crosses over into that. So,
Definitely.
and yeah, man, you can kind of dig into that a little bit more. That's,
Yeah. So I can't remember if that was it was definitely before I started the brotherhood, but it was more so I mean, you've touched on a lot of different things in your videos. And I mean if our people in the gym watch your videos, they can get something from every little piece, whether you're talking directly to them or about a situation they can relate to. Um, or not, there's advice that you give um, that people can feed off of. And so I mean, my mindset has skyrocketed probably since May when I started coming every single day, not missing a workout. You know, feeding off the energy that some of the other guys who are super dedicated to the gym and the programming are. I mean, I started making decisions more so just for myself. And I took a risk as far as changing locations for work. I went from,
Mhm.
the Costco on Dodge to the Costco in La Vista. And I was like, you know what, I'm just going to try it. I got nothing to lose. I'm still going to have my job. Nothing's going to change as far as pay wise go, but I can go there and see if I can and make a difference. And I showed up in the first month, like I was just killing it for them. And I was like, you know what, like I'm doing well. A spot opened up that they were like, you're going to apply, right? And I'm like, yeah. So I got my stuff in, ended up getting the position and the promotion. There was a couple of spots up for grabs as far as that, put, those positions go. And I didn't necessarily get the one that I wanted the most, but I did take a step up and I've taken it and run with it. I've become fairly successful in the role that I'm in. And, I've got my sights set on more promotions in the future. And obviously, it's just a matter of timing. But the reason that is possible for me is because of the mindset and the attitude that I go about every day, because of the habits that I formed in the gym and just the routine. I'm much more confident, over the last 7 or 8 months. And, it all goes back to dedicating myself once I got called out, like, hey, just take it seriously. Um, every journey that you say is different, but just if you take it seriously, you'll get the results. And I never thought that would be, more than just physical results.
Mhm.
It's definitely mental,
Yeah,
psychological, everything. It's been amazing. So
yeah. It's been it's been incredible to watch it take place. Kind of looking from the outside in. I mean, it's been awesome to see you transform. So, talk about kind of where you were, like rewinding back to, before you got started, like
Mm-hmm.
where were you at physically? Where were you at mentally? Like, what were some of the things that you were struggling with? Because I remember when you first got started, I mean, you're an ex-athlete,
Yeah.
you're an active guy
Mm-hmm.
before that, but just like, with the
Yeah.
hustle and bustle of life, whatever,
Yeah.
kind of lost that way. But like, just share kind of where you were
Sure.
before the
Um,
journey started taking place, so to speak.
yeah. I mean, I think about it almost daily, where I was, where I've come from since I've, joined the gym. I remember talking to you on the phone and kind of hitting you up. We kind of had a little mutual connection through your wife, Andrea, just through school and stuff. So I knew about your gym, and I knew a couple of guys that have gone through the programming, and saw, the Facebook ad a couple of times, thought nothing of it at first. And then I was like, you know what, like, I was the guy that would go to the gym and lift weights, and then I would eat everything in sight to try to get big. And I got big, man. Like
There you go.
I got bulked up, but I felt terrible. And then I took a sales job to try something different. I was in that job for 9 months. So I was on the road, I was traveling, and then when I got done with work for the day, I didn't want to go to the gym. And when I did go to the gym, I would hit like a set or two and be like, I'm bored. This is stupid. I don't want to do this. I would just leave, or I'd go shoot hoops and like not get anything out of that visit. And that membership was $70 a month. So I was really paying $70 a month for nothing.
Yeah.
So months went by without going to the gym. I mean, I could count on one hand how many times I went to the gym, probably for 2 or 3 months before I got in contact with you. And physically, I thought that I was fat. I wasn't necessarily huge, but I was just out of shape. Psychologically, I was beat. I didn't have any energy. I didn't want to do anything. I was just kind of going through the motions of life.
Yeah.
Work, come home, watch TV, go to bed, do it all over again. Wasn't watching what I was eating.
Yeah.
I thought a few nights of hockey a week would suffice, and clearly it wasn't cutting it. So,
Yeah.
I got in contact with you. It was, either late November, early December, right through the holiday season, which is the toughest time for people to get going on anything. And, you got me in the gym. We did baseline, and then I saw the people out on the floor doing the main programming. I was like, I'm going to be able to do that stuff. And I was bad at a lot of it. I remember the first workout that we had when I was out on the floor was front squats, and I couldn't even hold the bar. Like, I was 135 and I was
Yeah.
dropping
Yeah.
it. And, so I was like, man, like, I've got a long ways to go. And I was thinking about it today, since I knew we were going to do the interview. It was like, okay, probably for the first 3 or 4 months that I was there, I would get in about 2 to 3 times a week, but it was few and far between where I would make it to all 3 sessions during the week once I got out of baseline. And I don't know if it was because I was intimidated, or if I hadn't fully bought in yet, or I was playing hockey, so I was kind of, or work or whatever. So
Still
I
kind of
just,
in that mindset. Yeah.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
and so, man, that went on for quite a while. And I was kind of thinking about, I was like, you definitely get out what you put into it. But until from, December to May, I was, like I said, I wasn't fully committed and bought in. And it took a call out from you and a couple of the other members saying like, hey man, just show up. Like, at first, I remember telling you this, I didn't think I could be the guy that lost 25 or 30 pounds and got jacked and got stronger. And so I just didn't believe in myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then the open came and went. I did really good during the open. And then got that call out from you like, yo man, if you can go golf, you can train for an hour. So, man, and then that's where it just skyrocketed from there. So that was definitely, that was May. I know it was. That's when I started, cutting out the crappy food. I mean, I was a guy that would after my workouts, drink a protein shake, and then I'd use like Skittles as an excuse to get those like simple sugars to get the protein through. So I cut out pizza. I've had like one pizza since May. I don't eat candy anymore. Like the most processed thing I'll eat are those like Lenny and Larry protein cookies. So that's like my not a cheat, but it's just my, I don't know, my vice, if you will.
But yeah. Thing is,
But
like, you understand, like, it doesn't have to be, you have that understanding now that it doesn't have to be perfect.
yeah,
Like, if you do break down, you have some pizza here and there, it's
yeah.
not all is lost, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have that knowledge, that foundation that you've built. But yeah, man, leading up to that point, like, I know a lot of guys get in that situation where they're like, they're just going through the motions. I'm putting in the effort and, yada, 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 but it's just like not working. It's almost like you're a zombie and you're just going through
Yeah.
this routine, this vicious cycle. You're not seeing any gains from it whatsoever, right? It's just like passing the time by. What do you think it was, other than me calling you out, but what do you think was like the turning point? Like what was it that you were missing before? Like what do you feel was holding you back?
So I didn't do the shred challenge. You had like a 6 week shred challenge in the gym, and I knew a couple of the people that were doing that. And since I hadn't fully committed, I was like, I'm not going to sign up for that. But I made a deal with another one of the members, like, hey, you go every day, I'll go every day. We'll see where we're at in 6 weeks. And I started feeling better. I started taking it seriously, and those 6 weeks, it became a habit. And after that, it was like, I do not want to miss a workout. So if I'm out of town traveling, I'm going to do what I can to hit what I can as close to the workouts that we have on Wodify. Otherwise, if I have to miss a workout because of work or a hockey game or whatever, I'm going to go on one of those other days outside of when I normally go to hit it, make sure I at least get into the gym and hit the program. So that challenge, although I didn't sign up for it or, do it, started me off on a path where it was super consistent and motivating. Plus the weather got nice, so it was nice to have the bay doors open in the gym and stuff. I mean, it just made it easy to go. But then after that, like, people started noticing a change. Like, man, you're looking good. I can tell you've been working hard. And every single day almost since then, I've got a compliment from someone that hasn't seen me in a while, or whether it's my wife or my in-laws or my brothers and sisters. Whenever I see them, like, man, you can tell that you are busting your ass to look, feel, and just be good. So
Yeah.
and it's rubbed off on quite a few people that I know too.
Feels good. I mean, it feels good to know you're putting in the effort, know you're putting in the time, the commitment, and you're fucking earning those results, man. It's huge. And
Yeah.
when you got to flip the switch. You got to flip the switch, and you literally have to go all in. You have to go all in, right? I mean, yeah, there's balance. I mean, it doesn't mean that you got to go, 110% hand balls to the wall every single day. Like, there's balance that needs to be, in place. But at the same time, like, you have to have that commitment switch turned on, so to speak. Like, it's not just a 2 week type of thing, or like an every few days type of thing. Like, let's get on this shit. Let's get consistent. I'd say the biggest thing that has changed for you is the consistency.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Yeah, man.
It's
With
been
that,
good.
no, go ahead.
It's been good. I mean, I'm waiting on, if it's Tuesday or Thursday, I'm waiting on 7 o'clock at night so I can see what we're doing the next day.
Yeah.
And
Exciting.
if I'm going out of town, I always shoot you a message, say, hey, what should I hit here or something,
Yeah.
so it's
Yeah,
been
man.
good.
Again, that's on you too. I mean, a lot of guys would be like, I'm going to be missing.
Yeah.
There's an excuse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Instead, you're taking the initiative. You're becoming resourceful. Like, how am I going to get this done when I'm here? Like, it's like pre-planning, and it's just kind of that switch that has gone off in your head. That's
Yeah,
what it takes, right? But with
definitely.
that being said, man, what are a couple of the big takeaways that you would like to share?
Yeah,
Whether that be from the gym or what we've gone through with the Forge Warrior. I mean, basically, we had everything set within the gym, and you're lucky you get to come to the gym and be in that
mm,
environment. But with the Forge Warrior, basically we're taking everything we've done in the gym and we're like, blowing that shit up to the next
yeah,
level.
yeah,
Right? So,
yeah,
what are just a couple of big things that you'd like to share with other guys out there that are
definitely.
tuned in and watching?
Um, yeah, I'll probably touch on a couple of things, inside the gym and the brotherhood, the Warrior Project. But the first thing that I would say, and it was definitely my case, was it's mind over matter to start. And then once you put your mind to it and you spend 3 or 4 or 5 weeks, like just dedicating yourself to something, it will become a habit. It did become a habit for me. And, like we talked about, the results were amazing. Um, but you've got to be willing to sacrifice, definitely, for sure. I loved eating whatever I wanted, and that, has come at a price. Now I can eat what I want when I want, but it's not all day, every day.
Yeah,
You've got to be dialed in.
there's that
Uh,
balance. Yeah,
so those are a couple of big things as far as in the gym that I learned. But with the Warrior Project, the one thing that there's a couple things. For one is the accountability that you get with the other members of the gym. Like, it is so cool to know not only are my friends from our gym here in Omaha, um, you know, right there at my back and people I can lean on, but we've got guys all over the country and all over the world that are there for you and supporting you. There's been tough days for all of us that we've all kind of had each other's back. There's been successes and PRs and big wins that everybody is proud of for each and every one of us. It's been really cool to become a part of a brotherhood, of a bond of guys that barely even know each other, which I think is why that Spartan race is going to be so sweet.
yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Where we can actually all get together and kind of put a face to the name. But with that being said, guys that you may never meet are going to be some of the guys that you can rely on the most based off of the group and the online training, and they're going to help you, you know, break through some barriers just by motivating you or doing something where it's like, I should try that. You can
Yeah,
bounce ideas off of each other. It
yeah.
truly is a brotherhood. It's a fraternity.
A
So it's been awesome.
mastermind brotherhood. Yeah, it's incredible, man. It's like you rise to the occasion, and that just goes to show you, like, you are who you surround yourself
Yeah.
with,
Hmm.
right? And so if you surround yourself with, losers and people that accept mediocrity and average shit, that's what you're going to become, right?
Yeah.
Whereas if you surround yourself with guys that are going to push you, get you out of your comfort zone
Hmm.
and force you to change, that's when you rise.
Yeah.
You rise to the occasion. And kind of going back to what you mentioned, like, the consistency is in just mind over matter. Like, it's cliche, right? But it's so freaking true. If you want change, you have to go through the shit.
Yeah.
The shit meaning, like, those 4, 5, 6 weeks where you're going through that change, and you're trying to break those bad habits and you're trying to forge new habits.
Yeah.
That's like the make or break. And where most guys lose is they get to the midpoint and then they break off, right?
Hmm.
Either because they don't trust the process, or they don't have the men around them to keep them honest with that and keep them
Yeah.
pushing forward. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, man, it's been incredible to see that. So, and it's the guys around you, but at the end of the day, it is you ultimately, staying committed and being the warrior, basically,
Yeah.
like the codes that we live by, man. And so
Yeah.
it's been incredible, man. Everything that you've achieved up to this point, you've earned, and
Yeah.
you just talked about the bands. So
Yeah.
the bands, you just got the gray band, right?
Yeah. Right there,
Now it's
man.
time to get time to get this one.
I know. It's gonna take some tweaking. We're gonna have to tweak some stuff, but we'll get there.
You'll get there, man. And
Yeah.
it'll be fun watching you get there, dude. So, but yeah, man, thanks so much for coming on. I know you're busy. I really appreciate it, and
Yeah.
it was fun rehashing that, man. It was fun going back through, where you were and where you've come from. And the thing is, like, it's only truly just begun. Like, I'm excited to see where we're gonna be here, and then another 12 weeks, and then another 12 weeks, and so on and so forth. So,
For sure.
awesome, thanks again, man.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
All righty, awesome. Until the next one. All right, so that was a very, very powerful episode there with my man Petey, a guy that basically was putting in the effort, kind of just going through the motions and expecting a lot in return. Whereas, a lot of guys out there, that's typically what they do. They just kind of go through the motions. They don't really change up here, but they think everything they're doing, is going to earn them amazing results, where unfortunately that's not the case. Like, you have to fully commit. You have to go all in, and you have to change those habits. You got to stay committed for the long term. It's not just a 1 week thing, 2 week thing, whatever it may be. You got to stay committed, and you got to be all in for the journey. And as you've seen, and as you heard from my man Petey, that's what it takes. That's what it takes. And now he's forged a whole new lifestyle around the efforts that he's been putting in consistently. And so it's pretty amazing what happens when you do that. And sometimes it takes a little bit of tough love to get a little fire lit under your ass. And that's exactly what we do in the Forged Warrior Project. And so I know, being a coach for nearly 10 years now, one of the biggest things that men are missing in their lives is that accountability, is that support, is that guidance. Through coaching, through surrounding yourself with the right type of people that are going to force you to rise up, force you to make changes, or, they're going to leave you behind, or you're going to simply fall behind, and you're going to surround yourself with the wrong type of people. So if you're a guy and you're looking for change, and you need a new environment, you need that accountability, you need that support, step up, apply for the Forged Warrior. The link is either above or below this video. It's somewhere around this video. Apply. Click the link. Fill out the information. If this is something that you're serious about, if you're 110% committed to change, long-lasting change, not just some quick fix overnight bullshit, but you're in this for the long haul and you want change, you want transformation, step up, apply for the program. We'll get on the phone. We'll chat. If this is the right thing for you, we'll get you moving ahead. And maybe someday you'll be on this show here in the future. So if that's the case, hope to talk to you soon. If not, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Here's to kicking ass and being the warrior.